Well, hey everybody, we are live here at Starbucks. No, we are here at God TV Studios at Christ for All Nations, and I have my friend Catherine Mullins. Catherine, you are no stranger to the viewing audience there. And I've got the wonderful Ben Hughes all the way from Alabama. I just no, from Australia, but now with that wonderful accent. But I came on because I really felt like last night the Lord gave me a word. And how do I package this? You guys are both worship. This is actually so funny. So we're here all recording at God TV. I had no idea that you guys knew each other.
We're buddies.
Long time.
Yeah. Well, like because you both led work. It was like what, 50 nights of meetings?
Yeah, it was 50 meetings, 30 days right across Australia. We did a tour.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So we took turns every other night leading worship.
Yeah.
Great experience.
Yeah. Which is wonderful because, again, worship leaders, songwriters, you just have this amazing new album on Atmospheres.
Yes.
What is it called again?
Heavenly Atmospheres.
Heavenly Atmospheres. Yeah. Sing Like the Battle is Over. So, and again, I'm not a worship leader. You don't want me to sing. I've had moments recently where I stepped out and sang.
It's amazing.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You mean when you were just singing Piano Man?
We don't put that on Facebook. But what I wanted to share last night, I was trying to go to sleep, but the Lord said to me, I'm raising up people, I'm raising up worship leaders who will be my friends. Who will be my friends first. And I believe what God wants to do in this season, I'm going to have you both speak to this, but He's raising up people, for a long time. I'm grateful for the worship movement, and all of us have been impacted. I mean, one of our heroes, we were talking, is Darlene Zschech.
Absolutely.
In Australia. So again, I have a link up here. I'm going to share a little bit about that. But Darlene is doing a worship school in Australia. And what I love about her, and what I love about you guys, is at the end of the day, it is not about making albums. It's not about having like the next great song everybody sings. All the great songs that you guys have written, I mean, you're Never Lost a Battle. They come out of a place. They come out of a place in the Spirit. I believe God is raising up worship leaders, singers, and songwriters in this hour, not just to do albums, but to hear and see what's going on in heaven and release that into the earth. So I do encourage you, again, if you are a worship leader, singer, songwriter, this worship school in Australia, what I love about Darlene, she's a friend of God. That's what I love about you guys. Again, friends of God, your primary purpose is to go into, I believe, a realm called the counsel of the Lord, where as friends, we just want to be in His presence, hear what He's saying, and accurately translate it. Because we're looking for all these great strategies, and that's good. I mean, you guys are excellent. You guys work with professionalism. You're good musicians. But what would you say is the most important thing, Ben, I'll go to you, about being a worship leader? Like, what is a non-negotiable?
Well, for me, as a worship leader, it's always been the overflow of my own worship time, and even as a worship leader, that's how I tend to lead worship. I've grown up since I was 15 years old worshiping, sitting on my bed in my bedroom, and really on the stage, on a platform, it's always been an extension of that, and just that authentic expression. For all the books, for all the teaching, I've always said, look, praise, worship is that express lane into His presence. It's the express lane into relationship with Him.
Yeah. An overflow. What would you say, kind of a non-negotiable in worship leading?
Well, I fully agree, Ben, what you're talking about, the overflow, and what you said about the friendship with God. And I think really what it comes down to is right now we are feeling the tension of people feeling the need to build platforms when we need to be building root systems.
Yeah, that's good.
And so, and kind of what I've told myself is the greatest journey that I could ever take is a journey to my knees. And so it's the thing of friendship with God, and all of these other things are great. We want to be influential. We want to pursue the call of God in our life, but the ultimate call that the human heart was ever made for is we were made to know God and walk in friendship with God. And so never neglecting the journey to our knees, and that's where it's at. And then exactly what you said, the overflow. Everything else comes from that moment with God, from the secret place, and that's where we can minister to people because we've got the overflow and we've got the power from that.
And I love that. I love that in terms of the root systems, because here's, again, what I love about Darlene, what I love about her worship school that she's doing is, again, this is a friend of God who, you guys know the mechanics, the musical mechanics, and I know you'll get that stuff. But more than anything, I know it's about family, it's about community. I know it's about building strong people who know how to go into the presence of God. And that is their great quest. Not even to go into the presence to get something, not even go to the presence to get a song, to go into the presence because that is the supreme desire of your heart, the pleasure of God's company. And that's what I love about you guys, because it is an overflow.
Absolutely.
I see that in your worship. So I want to encourage worship leaders, singers, songwriters. I know it's in Australia, but I mean, I'm sure the three of us, how many of us have been impacted by Darlene's ministry?
So much.
I mean, with Shout to the Lord.
She taught me how to shout to the Lord.
I mean, literally. I mean, but again, I think of even watching at the ramp, you doing "Worthy is the Lamb," songs like "Victor's Crown." You know, it's one of those things where the Lord is raising up the mothers and the fathers right now, and I believe He's connecting generations. And I want to encourage you. You know, does it cost a little something to get to Australia? Yeah, it does. But this is something that they're only having like a handful of people come to receive intimate instruction, again, from somebody who kind of broke open the spirit when it comes to worship. I want to encourage you, again, songwriters, worship leaders, if you get the chance to join them in Australia, Central Coast of Australia, for the worship school that they're having at Hope UC. Your life will be changed. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Love you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.